Hey everyone, my name is Alex and welcome to a brand new Civilization 6 video. Now, as I'm sure you are aware, Civ 6 is currently on sale right now and for the next few days across platforms. So although in this video we're going to focus on Steam, it's also on sale across all of the console platforms. So whatever way you play Civ 6 on whatever console, it's worth watching this video just to find out what kind of content you will get if you purchase Civ 6 or any of its other expansions. So just to kind of define what I'm doing in this video, I'm going to look at everything ranging from the base game to the brand new New Frontiers Pass and including Rise and Fall and Gathering Storm. And I'm going to discuss the current sort of price you can get these expansion packs for, or the base game for, and whether I think it is worth it, how important I think they are to your Civ 6 experience. So hopefully, if you're looking for inspiration on whether to buy this content or not, this video will help you. So first up, we are going to talk about the base game, but what I just want to mention before that is that a lot of the content I'm going to talk about here, including the base game, including Rise and Fall, Gathering Storm, and some of the other expansion packs I will mention in the next 5 minutes or so, they are all available in a Platinum deal right now on Steam, which is very good value in my opinion. So I'll talk about that in more detail in a second, but basically just consider that before just going out and buying the base game on its own straight up. So anyway, let's actually focus now in on the base game and ask the question, is it worth buying to new players, and is it worth buying on its own in many ways? So right now it's available for 75% off, so you can get it for £12.49 in the UK, and I'm sure that in America it's very kind of, it's the same, it's 75% off. Now, in some ways, that's a bit crap, because it was free on the Epic Store for a while, but in other ways, £12.49 for this game is not that bad in my opinion. And that is because, although some people think the base game is a little bit bare and doesn't have as many features as it should, the expansions certainly add a lot. But if you're new to Civilization 6, there is still plenty in that base game to get stuck into and learn. So there's 20 leaders with nearly as many unique civilizations. I say that because Greece has 2 leaders, so I think there's 19 civs in the base game, and they include Rome, China, Japan, England, and America, plus lots more. And they all offer a very different experience and offer very different playstyles. So yeah, I mean, the civilizations on their own are very fun to play as and also learn about. The base game also offers a ton of mechanics like advancing technology through time, just basic standard Civ stuff, a civics tree which involves government and government policies that you can interchange and again change through time, the brand new district mechanic which is unique to Civ 6 and has never been seen in a Civ game before, and obviously detailed military combat, the ability to build a Civ, found cities and build an empire. So everything you'd expect in a Civ game plus lots more and lots more to learn. Now don't get me wrong, right? The base game is not perfect. It certainly is not as good as the game with the expansions installed, but if you're brand new to Civilization, then I wouldn't worry too much because you'll learn a lot while playing the base game, which could then be useful maybe in the future if you decide to dive into Rise and Fall and Gathering Storm. So the base game on its own certainly isn't the best experience, but it's pretty good, and it certainly will be enhanced further down the line if you decide to buy more expansions. Talking about expansions, before we go and talk about the very big ones which brought new mechanics and everything, and they were Rise and Fall and Gathering Storm, there was actually a series of Civ and Scenario packs that they released between the base game and the big expansions, and they're currently all available together for £7. Now, it includes the Viking Scenario pack, includes Poland, Australia, Persia, Macedon, Nubia, Cayman and Indonesia, and a lot of them do come with scenario packs and little bits of additional content. On their own, if you bought them all individually, it would cost you £34.95 in the UK usually. Now, I would not recommend buying them on their own because some of them, like the Poland Civ and Scenario pack, just probably isn't worth it in my opinion. But £7 for all of them together, especially with really cool civs like Indonesia, I liked playing as Indonesia, Persia and Macedon, for me is worth it, so it's definitely worth having a look at getting all of those for £7. So moving on, let's actually talk about the big expansion packs, and let's start with Rise and Fall. So on Steam, Rise and Fall currently has 60% off and is available for £9.99. Now, Rise and Fall adds a lot to the Civ experience, including 9 new leaders and 8 new civilizations. Within that, there's the Netherlands, Scotland and the Zulus. I've played as all 3. I liked the Zulus, they're very, very aggressive, I just enjoyed that game. The loyalty mechanics, which means cities can break away from your empire should they be unhappy or influenced by other powerful civilizations. There's also Great Ages, which will see you entering either a Golden Age, Normal Age, Dark Age, or Heroic Age at the end of each era, with bonuses or penalties to fit. I like that bit a lot. I really do think the age system enhanced this game and was for me probably the best part of Rise and Fall. There's also governors, which are powerful characters you can put in your cities to give unique benefits in a variety of areas. Governors is something which also add a lot, and you'll definitely learn a lot about the more you play with them. And yeah, it just adds a lot to the game. It really does enhance it. I think overall when Rise and Fall first came out, I wasn't a massive fan of the expansion. I think, like I said, it adds a lot to the game, but it just didn't really get me that excited. But as time went on, and as time and as other expansions built on what Rise and Fall did, built on those foundations, I do think it's worth it, and to pick it up for just £10 right now on Steam is certainly worth it if you enjoy Civ 6 and are looking for new content. So overall, Rise and Fall is a pretty decent expansion pack. It lays the foundations for more content which comes in the future and which we'll talk about as this video goes on. So for £10, I'd definitely pick it up if you want more Civ content. So moving on now, Gathering Storm was the second major expansion to come to Civ 6, and I really enjoyed it. I still enjoy it. I think it's a very, very good expansion, and I'll explain why now. So some of the features which were added included 9 new leaders and 8 new civs, just as we had with Rise and Fall. Some of these civs, by the way, had Mali, Canada, and the Ottomans. Another thing Gathering Storm did was brought back the World Congress and the Diplomatic Victory type from Civ 5. It also added lots more content with the new era in tech, for example. But the biggest thing which came with Gathering Storm was the new ecosystem and natural disasters. So there's global warming leading to rising sea levels, which can only be combated using newly introduced green energy sources and engineering projects like flood barriers. There's like volcanic eruptions which range in scale and destruction, but they do sometimes add benefits as well, like bonus food yields. There's river flooding and other natural disasters, all of which pose big challenges to the player and give both negative and, as I just sort of touched on, sometimes positive effects. Now, because Gathering Storm changes the map and its yields and the map's yields throughout the game, it makes the world feel a lot more alive and interactive. So overall, because I've put a lot of hours into this game, I can safely say I really like the expansion, and with it currently available at 60% off and costing £13.99 on Steam, it's certainly worth it. And £24 for both those expansions on Steam right now is a pretty good price if that's what you want to go and buy. Another thing I would mention is that on Xbox and PlayStation and Switch, I know Rise and Fall and Gathering Storm are sort of bundled together in one big expansion pass. That is also on offer, so if you want to pick them up, then they are on offer as the bundle which they were originally released as. Now I'm going to talk about the New Frontiers Pass in a second, because that is also on offer, but it's perhaps not as good a deal as with the other ones. But before I do that, I just want to bring it back to the Platinum Edition, which I mentioned at the start of this video. So right now, for everything we've talked about today, including Rise and Fall, Gathering Storm, the base game, and all those little mini expansions I mentioned, you can currently get them all together for £35 with the Platinum Edition. Now, I'm not great at maths, but I can definitely figure out that that's a good deal. If you're brand new to Civ 6 on PC and you fancy just picking it up, £35 for everything is not bad at all, because it offers so much content, and if you enjoy strategy games, maybe you enjoyed Civ 5, £35 is not the biggest gamble in the world for this amount of content, so I definitely would urge you to have a read into it and definitely consider if you think this could be for you, because £35 is a good offer. Right then, so the final thing to mention is the New Frontiers Pass, and this New Frontiers Pass is the latest, currently ongoing DLC that we have with Civ 6, so this DLC includes 6 mini expansion packs which bring you civilizations and game modes. Game modes are essentially like put a game mechanic on steroids and are a lot of fun. I have to say the game modes have been a real highlight of the New Frontiers Pass so far, as well as some pretty cool civs. But we've currently got 4 of them released, and if you buy the New Frontiers Pass, you'll get the 4 of them which have already been announced and released, as well as the other 2 which are coming in January and March next year. So right now you can pick the New Frontiers Pass up for £26.39 in the UK. Essentially it's 20% off. Should you buy it? Well, if you really love Civ 6, then I'd recommend giving the New Frontiers Pass a try. I don't think 20% off is going to kind of, you know, encourage too many people to make the leap that already haven't made the leap. But one thing I will mention is do not buy the New Frontiers Pass if you do not already own Rise and Fall and Gathering Storm, because certain bits of Gathering Storm require bits from Rise and Fall. But the New Frontiers Pass is based and built around you having both Rise and Fall and Gathering Storm. So if you go and buy the New Frontiers Pass without those two big expansions, you're wasting your money. So just buy the two big expansions first, and then if you decide you want new content, you can always pick up the New Frontiers Pass later. Overall, I like the New Frontiers Pass. I bought it. I think the civs are very fun. I like how they've tried to be a bit more out there with the content they make for this. They're taking more risks because obviously it's one of the later expansions in the game, and I think when you've already done most of what can be done with the game, you've got to start rolling the dice a bit more and being a bit more creative and out there. But I think it's alright. I can see why people don't buy it, but I think if you just want more Civ content, it's definitely worth a look at, and 20% off, at least you will save some money. Okay, so that is pretty much a rundown of the expansion and content available for Civilization 6 and some offers which are currently on. These offers, I think, run till at least the 1st of December. Maybe on consoles it runs a bit longer, I'm not sure, but definitely get in there quickly just to make sure you don't miss them. Hopefully this was useful to you. Hopefully you'll have learned something. If you've got any questions, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video today. If you want to see another one of our Civ 6 videos, then check out the video in the box below. Also, make sure you subscribe for more Civ 6 news and content, and like the video as well. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex, and I will see you in another video soon.